evening, people. Welcome to the show. Today's episode, I've got a friend, a brother, that has been a part of the basketball journey for every one of us in Nigeria. Everybody that has been into the system may not know him, but he has been there for a long while. So Daniel Chukwumah is a host with Nigerian Info FM, one of the radio stations. He co-hosts the show Courtside, basketball scout, coach. He has been in this business for over how many years? 8, 10 years, more than that. One of those men that has really been ingrained in the system, and he knows the good from the bad, everything that has rocked the whole federation. If you want info, you get to know the guy. Daniel Chukwumah, thanks for joining us today, man.
Yeah, thanks, Komo. It's a pleasure being on the platform. Finally. Everyone's schedules have been crazy. Like you said, tomorrow is Monday, so we have to just do this. And I believe this won't be the last. So yeah, I'm happy to be on the show. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks for coming in, man. Like you said, we'll definitely do more. In fact, as I've been saying this for like how many seasons now, that I need a co-host, I need someone that will come in and spit some knowledge with me, and over time we're trying to grow the culture. So definitely we have more episodes like this. But first off, man, let's talk about you. Let people know who this man be. This man who they see. So yeah, like I said, basketball scouts, radio hosts, being in the system, in the media space for a long while, man. How's it going?
It's been interesting, mind-blowing, and revealing every day. I don't even know where to start in terms of the basketball or the media, because if you look at it, none of them are existent in the country. So, go figure. Yes, I've worked with Cool FM, Zobia FM, Nigerian Info. I host a co-host of a show called Courtside. I also have my podcast, Sidelines.
You will need more episodes, guy.
Yeah, but the thing, you know how it is. You have a busy schedule. Yeah. You have to meet up. So, but I'm working on something real big. You're definitely going to be on most of it. So, so being in the media space is very interesting. Working with Cool FM, one of the biggest radio stations in Nigeria, was Zobia Nigerian Info, and having a show, it's every day has been a learning curve for me, because of the interactions I've had, with the CEO, Serge, the now GM, Safemi Obong Daniels. Working with the likes of Dotun, Kemi Smalls, Daddy Freeze. Like when you're surrounded by so many gifted creatives, you have to now hone your own craft. And basketball is my thing. And I said, hey, look, I want to have a show. We've been pushing it since 2018, and 2019 we had the opportunity. We got the time slot, and bam, we started doing it. So now sponsors will be for now. So.
The next thing with that, for it to take.
And the next thing, though, yeah,
that's it. Your journey has been something remarkable. Like you said, Cool FM, Wazobia FM, but media in Nigerian sports has not been great. Honestly speaking, especially when it comes to the basketball scene. Let's even take away the fact that the federation has been shit for over 5 years now. But the basketball space has really not been it. Like I was talking to Femi Adefeso, like this was some years back, about the reasons why media isn't as blown in the basketball space. Because today's age, you really need people to see. Players need people to see them. Even we that host all these shows, we need to be in front of people every time, so they know, this is the guy that does this, this is the guy that does. What do you think has been the issue so far?
Let me start by this. in a country where business like brands and companies see sports as CSR and people still see sports as recreation, that's the problem.
That's true.
We have a cable network in Nigeria that shows the EPL, that's the English Premier League, and everybody watches the EPL, but a lot of people don't understand what it takes or the dynamics behind bringing those football games to you. The TV rights, the endorsement deals, stadium tickets, the organization of the teams, the players, the sponsors, the brands, the whole dynamics of the whole thing. We don't understand it. So it's a big issue. Everyone here is more about make we just do advert sharp, put them, collect, the money.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. But in terms of detailed sports programming, according to different types of sports, is non-existent. Even the football self, you hear, they're showing it on TV. Okay, yeah, they're showing it on TV, but what's the quality like?
Yeah.
What are the players benefiting from it? What are the fans benefiting from it? How is it adding up to the economy? How is it creating jobs? How is it setting standards in education? Nobody, talks about that. So at the end of the day, when you look at all those things, you just go like, and again, selfish interest. There's always selfish interest. This corporation wants to make his own money. Agency will be owing you money. It's just a mess. We need to just change the perception and the reorientation of Nigerians, basically.
Yeah. It's going to take a lot of unlearning and relearning for the
relearning
to change. Because I remember, was it last year or the year before that, 2020, where the sports minister had said that sports will be looked at as a business, and ever since then, nothing has really changed. You come back to think like, why will you make such a publication and not even make an effort to make things work? And now we are back to the same forefront with the MBBF and its issues. In fact, I don't even want to go into that because know where we stand on that one again.
Well, all I can say is what I've been saying. I've been saying this for the past 15 years, and I stand on it. We never had a federation to start with. We never had a league. Okay? I always tell people that care to listen. Me, I gave up on Nigerian basketball federation 20 years ago. And you understand? In the last 20 years, it's been either one president, two presidents, three factions, no election, double two elections. As in, you sit down and you look at all these things and you ask yourself one question. Say, I want people who want bad guys. Say, like,
sure, no man, Rabbi.
I'll be watching fun, I'll be, me let you like sue me like, you look at your phone and you look at me, they're like kilo day, then God forgive me. One I don't know who he is, will go on the MBBF social media page and be giving us epistle. Ogbeni, it doesn't concern that, he doesn't join. I mean, it's funny. Look at what happened. Look at what happened. Our female players. Look at what they've been doing. Back-to-back cups. 3 times. Only for them to wake up. For us to wake up one day and I seen a video that they're owing them salary. When
Makes
people
no sense.
played
Makes
it.
no sense.
The head coach of Kenya, the former head coach of Kenya, Coach Liz, she's an Australian. And I reached out to him like, she reached out to me and said, Dan, what's going on in your country? I said, it is what it is.
There's really no answer. You really cannot answer that.
And she's telling me like, every country who participated in the games have collected their cash prizes, their bonuses from their country. And I mean, she's telling me that everybody has been paid. And my own country, the girls are saying that now. So it means those girls are actually playing out of their pockets and with all their heart. And there's nothing to show. Like there's no encouragement, then some people are somewhere dragging, I am president, I am not president.
And the power
again, the question is also on what, why? Like, what are they fighting for?
That's a question we might never even get an answer for.
It's
Because like I was talking to a few people some days ago. It's an ego thing. When the election thing happened and we saw that they had another election in Abuja and while one was going on, I was laughing out because to me it's an ego thing. It makes no sense. There's not as if there's been any sponsorship for the league or for the federation to even work on it. I mean, and now you are still going back to the same narrative, the same issue of having this election, that election. It's all about egos right now at this point. And people they just want form say, I mean be your guy.
I want. Let me stress something. You remember the last election, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, the person who is saying he's the president as at last month wasn't actually technically the president, right?
Yeah.
So now remember the last election where him doing your own election. No, some people. The thing is, say Nigeria, our people we don't like truth.
Oh
so
God.
me, they like talk true. But they very factual. Him now we don't win seats. So last month, technically he don't be president, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine. When they do your own election, when he do your own election, when he first take, okay, arrest my case.
You dey find wahala. You like wahala.
No, not be wahala now. Now facts, not be facts. Who am I?
It is true.
Somebody who is just pointing at
the facts that
what
as
yeah.
It's funny, but yeah, congratulations to the Tigers, man. They qualified for the World Cup. Now we are waiting to see what the federation will do to assist or to push the movement forward. We're chatting a while, like some minutes ago, and I said preparation is going to be the major thing for the game.
My brother, we know that it is going to be fire brigade approach as usual. a federation that does not have a media team, a team that does not have a media personnel, medical, that does not have a team manager, does not have... My brother, I work with foreign colleges in the US, foreign clubs in Europe and in Asia. I see their routines, I see their schedules, I see their rosters. Those people they're not, those guys have left us. Before any player plays for the country, you have to sign a contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've been called, right? That contract states, you have been invited, you have been selected, these are the remunerations you will get, these are the health packages in store for you, eventuality, in case of, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
These are the sponsors. You already know, the player has a manager, so you relate to the manager, then the manager relates to the player, then the player comes forth and, they sign and, okay, I sign, and at the end of the day, there's someone who carries their bags, there's someone who monitors their movements as regards, checking in the hotel, booking the flights, and can we say categorically that they have something like that? Like, you heard the response they gave last time, when they went for the first World Cup. Yeah. Now we're going for this one now. That's just the ladies. So we never talk of the guys though. Don't be the guys where we say, I don't want to mention names. They ask for highlight video of teams where they go play. They say they don't get highlight videos. Wow.
A lot to be taken care of. But yeah, like I said, congrats to ladies. Now back to even what you were pushing at already. You just touched on it a little bit. We talked to a lot of colleges, into scouting and all that. How long have you been into scouting, especially in our basketball scene in the country?
I've been into scouting for the past 5 years now.
How's that journey?
It's my brother. If you ask me, what I go ask? It's been.
Give me this thing.
My brother. The problem with our people is that 1, orientation is off. 2, our people do not read.
Period. You know how funny this thing is? Remember you sent me a document
Yeah.
Before I, and I said I was going to actually read it because our people don't like to read. See how everything comes back full circle, because exactly what I said, that is the truth. A lot of people fail to read and to understand what they go on around the world.
Okay. Now let me break this down to you. We have in the US we have prep schools, we have high schools, we have colleges. Now, if you want to apply to colleges, right, you have to get what they call an I-20, right? Mm-hmm. When you get an I-20, it means, you're eligible based on this scholarship to go to this school for this period, So we have full scholarships, we have half scholarships and all that. Unfortunately, some people don't even know kind of I-20s they have, and they end up going for the interviews at the consulate, and they end up denying them, and they wonder what's happening. Wow. It's like one instance that happened. Some kids, some coaches took some players for interview at the US consulate in December. It was no, like
no need to even say anything.
Tomorrow they say it's village people.
What are you looking for in the consulate in December? What are you looking for in US in December? You are going to go for school.
Mileno. So again, there are various requirements for you to be eligible to get these admissions, get these scholarships. I mean, your GPA has to be good. If you're an athlete, you have to provide highlight film. You have to have a player resume. And it's quite difficult because, first of all, in league, we don't get league. So, remember I told you I was I'm part of this Euro League. I'm a Euro League basketball league affiliate, right?
Yeah.
And we've been having, we have these sessions, and I end up being the only Nigerian coach on the board. So it is, they interview players. You hear this player, I play in Egypt. How many games have you played? Person is saying, I played 500 games. I have, naming, giving his profile. Mm-hmm. And now got to my fellow brother. And I was like, Jesus. Okay. While this is going on, one of the scouts is actually sending me a message like, this guy is from Nigeria. And I'm like, I know. And, and they're asking the guy, how many games have you played? And the guy is like, I've played games. First of all, he doesn't know that they know that we don't have a league. Right?
Yeah.
So, if you send your player resume and you're putting figures and the question is, how did you come about all these stats?
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. And again, and that issue is the whole age falsification thing. Somebody is saying he's 16, and his passport is saying he's 16. When they check, he reach 29, even small self. What are people supposed they use chainsaw shave?
This thing are chainsaw. But this thing goes as far back as I can remember. Because way back when I even started playing basketball, there are a lot of people that will have to, chop up their age. And I totally understand, because most guys we don't pick up the game early in Africa. But by the time we start, most of us are 16, 17. So trying to get to that next level is a lot difficult. But issues revolving around the Nigerian system, how do you think players themselves can help themselves? Because at this point, the federation, the league, there's nothing going on. So are you being a scout? What do you think the players can do to actually push themselves further?
First of all, I always have consulting sessions with players and their parents. Okay, I want to actually know exactly what they are looking for. Like, what are you looking? Why? Like, why you want travel go Yankee? Why you want travel go play ball? And if you notice, majority of our athletes, especially the basketball players, some don't even have WAEC. Let me be very real with you. Like, a lot of them don't go to school. They just feel, I can play ball. I can bounce, I can do Ali, I watch highlight videos, I watch tape, I watch NBA. But the question now is, okay, now you want someone, because when scouts actually look at an athlete, if you are not good enough, to them, if you are very good, you are an asset. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because they are investing in you. So the question is, why should I invest in bringing you to why should I invest in you and bring you to the States? A lot of them don't understand that. All they see is, oh, I watch Curry shooting from half court, shooting from, the logo. Oh, this guy is doing this, that. But the basic things, they miss it. Coupled with the local champion complex. I call it local champion complex. The local champion complex is I don't play league. I play for Lupeju. I play for indoor stadium. I play for Rupak.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I know this coach. I know this. I go this competition. Okay. When it now boils down to, show us what you've got. Voila,
That's true.
Now you hear them. Some of them can't really communicate. I'm not saying that everybody must go to school. Okay, learn a skill. I have a friend of mine, Benedicta. She plays in Spain, and while in Spain, she knows how to weave, hair. And she literally told me she makes money, good money. Okay. So when she's not playing games, that's what she does. And that's someone that's playing in Europe. As in, she don't battle for Nigeria. She don't know she's playing in Europe. Then she's still doing, she's going to school. On the average, ask an average Nigerian player, how far school? You hear their response. Okay, what are your plans towards school? I know how many of them I send links. Okay, this school is doing a program. Yabatech is running one program for athletes. The military paramilitary are into a program where they can acquire people into certain universities for certain degrees, and maybe the school fees like maybe 50K. I know things are hard. You understand? I know things are hard. But the thing is, if you do not see yourself as an asset, if you do not believe in yourself, if you do not push yourself, who won't push you?
You gotta invest in yourself first.
Yeah. It's like someone going to the market. If you did road for junction, right? And the market is this way, and you've bought goods, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
And you're going this way, right? Your direction, your focus should be this way. Yes, so that means you go face this way, right? So in case you see moto, you go enter going this way, right?
Yeah.
But our people go stand face the market.
They don't go look where there's always they go. I understand you. I totally get you.
It's quite difficult. And the funny thing is, many of them, when they now get there, you've reduced your age so much that when you now meet the guys that are 14, 15, 16, it's as if you want to die. And I tell them, I say, look, the next players who will be in the next NBA drafts next year, we already know, they know. The guys who will be coming from Europe, they know.
Mm-hmm.
The guys who will be coming from high school to college, they know. LeBron James' son, Bronny, we know.
Yeah, facts.
You get. So at his age, he's in college. Now, college players are entitled to get some stipends based on certain deals. So they're now getting shoe deals, clothing line deals, and all that. They have their own media team. They have their own, they have people grooming them to take that next step towards that next level.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people you now want to come and compete. So now, when the parents come and meet me and say, "Oh, my child wants to travel to US," I'm like, "Okay, are you sure?" They're like, "Yes." Okay. Why do you want to travel to US to school to play basketball? I'm good. Okay, fine. What about school? Cricket sound. What are your plans towards getting a good GPA? Because if you don't have a good GPA in the US, you can't play ball.
Yeah.
Cricket sounds again. So when you now tell them, you don't think they will, bad belly. Their mindset is, oh, you don't want to help their child. Oh, you do not wish their child well. And I'm like, this complex problem, don't be smart,
Thank you, brother. I feel like a lot of people they misunderstand what is needed to do, we are needed to do, and what you want to do.
Exactly.
I tell a lot of people, the US is not the biggest. Well, it's the biggest thing, but it's not the end goal every time. You can leave Nigeria to go to Senegal and make good pay off there. Leave Nigeria, go to Taiwan, make good pay off there. It's just you bettering yourself and bettering life for your family. That's what really matters. I understand we have goals, we have what we need, but then once you have the opportunity to better yourself by just taking one flight to Ghana or taking it to this place, take that opportunity. But most of us as Nigerians, we fail to see the big picture. We fail to see the big picture.
Okay. Let me give you one. Let me break something down to you. A lot of people don't even know that there's a Chinese basketball league. Okay.
The CBA that pays like crazy.
My brother, when did they start? 95, right? Chinese basketball was founded in 95. They had like 20 teams, right? Okay. We had various NBA players coming back from leaving the NBA to play there. Yao Ming, Stephon Marbury, so Tracy McGrady, Jeremy Lin, but let's talk of the, Tracy McGrady, Stephon Marbury. I mean, Tracy McGrady is like a demigod in China.
In China.
Like, if Tracy McGrady steps into China, it's like the president of the US is in China. So that is, can you imagine the level of influence? And now many of these ex-NBA players now own stakes and own clubs in China. Okay, I mean the likes of Yao Ming. Yao Ming played for Shanghai Sharks.
Yeah.
Then played for Houston Rockets, and he came back. He became like the 6th president of the Chinese Basketball Association at a point. So that's the level. So he has come back to his country and started building. Now owns a team. I know what it means to own a team in China. So you can imagine the television rights, the merchandising, the ticket sales, the sponsorships. China that already have billionaires.
Right.
Anything that involves Chinese, they'll put their money. So far, it's going to bring value. So far, it's going to bring, it's coming here. You get. So that is China. Not talk of Taiwan, Vietnam, South Korea.
All those Asian countries. I just want to build. They just want to be the number one in the world.
Exactly. So you can imagine how much, and I tell some people, I tell some people, what if the Chinese league even pumps more money than the NBA? And everybody's looking at me like, the NBA. I'm like, these guys are not seeing it.
People don't understand. They don't know how much China actually pumps into the NBA as well with TV rights.
TV rights alone.
They don't know.
TV rights alone. No. TV rights alone is crazy. So when you look at all those models, all those systems, you now understand that these guys are actually getting somewhere. Look at China's performance. Look at the female team in this qualifiers. Man.
Insane.
I watched the games and I still like watching the highlights, and I'm like, these ladies will shoot you out of the facility.
You need to see all those their training sessions, even with their younger generation coming up. I saw a few of them dribbling, and it was in like a class, and it was more like a choreography than a dribbling drill. Choreography, you dribble 3 balls, 2 people, you jump to one side, dribble, and I was like, okay, this is the next level. They're already taking things past what we as Africans understand. How many children at 7, 5? What am I saying? 7 is one too old. By 4 or 5, they don't start to dribble. How many of them do we have back home?
Yeah, they are conditioning those kids. They're conditioning those kids in a way where, eye-hand dexterity is on point, IQ is on point, character, level of composure. They are grooming them to be world-class athletes.
Yep.
Right now. So when you now watch their under 15, under 17, you go like, for real?
Wow. Doubt I didn't even under 17, but yeah, they are actually.
I watch now. I follow. I follow all of them. Like I just sit down today. I like, okay, today or these 3 days, it is Chinese basketball, male, female. Look at their academies. Look at their, and I'm like, Nigeria, we left the WhatsApp group.
Say we left the WhatsApp
group. We left the WhatsApp group and we uninstalled the app. For real, man. For real.
Yeah. Sorry, man. To touch on media again and scouting.
Yeah.
How much do you feel like the impact of media in today's age, especially with our players, because our goal at this point is to help the players be better, help them get to where they need to be. How much do you think this media space can actually propel them? Being that you have the Instagram, you have the Twitter, you have the Facebook, things that can put your talent out there to the world. What is your advice to them when using these apps? Because I know a lot of kids that use this app for the wrong reasons. Not knowing that everybody for world they see this thing. The person who is supposed to help you, they see this thing. You get me? So what is your own advice when you're actually putting up content online as a player or as a student who is looking to get a scholarship?
Sorry. So how am I going to start? First of all, know thyself. As an athlete, you need to understand where you're coming from and where you're going, but you have to understand yourself first of all. Why am I playing? So at the end of the day, you will be able to plan and create more plans and contingency plans as you proceed. So if plan A doesn't work, you have plan B. If plan B doesn't work, you have plan C. Yes, the country is crazy. Nothing is really settled. Everything is unbalanced. But you have to, look for that silver lining. No matter how little that shine is, you have to work on not just your game. You have to work on yourself as a person. You have to be prepared. So I see a lot of people posting videos online, and I play here. I can dunk, cannot. Again, you have to. Everything's about packaging and presentation. You understand? It's like you see some kids sending highlight videos and they have background songs that have bad lyrics. For crying out loud, the people who are going to view these things are professionals and they work with kids. Nobody is saying that those kids over there don't listen to all this kind of music, but you don't need to put background music instrumental. No bad lyrics. Imagine I see some videos, someone is playing a particular song. Yes, you like the song, then it has too many F words and curses. So now I'm watching the highlight video and I'm like, okay, so what message are you passing across now? Like, again, how you even shoot your highlight video goes a long way. And I always tell people, Google is your friend. You see Google? Google is your friend, though. Me,
better than police.
I'm telling you, Google is your friend, better than police. You got that right. Every day, it's not difficult. It's like this saying I always tell my kids I mentor and I coach whenever I have the time. We have too many smartphones and less smart people. You want to propel yourself, right? You have a smartphone. Google, how do you do this? You will get answers. Like I say, our people don't, Nick, we know they read.
I know, right, brother? I know.
So I'm looking at my phone and I'm like, okay, how do I do this? And I'm seeing the research methodology. All of us do the research methodology now, right? So now we're now practically doing it, right? Okay, we have our phone, we need this information. How do you source this information, decipher this information, extract what you need, and put it into action with a purpose, right? So how do you put a highlight video together? Go on Google, you see. But instead of doing that, they rather go and watch the Curry shoot from 3, LeBron dunk, They watch all those things. I tell some players that I love watching WNBA. And
a lot of people will tell you that WNBA is not exciting. There's no dunk, there's no alley-oop.
Have you seen what you've watched the games, the US games, all their games?
My brother, there's no even guidance.
So as I was saying, so you have to be purposeful, you have to be well put together, you have to manage, because everything you're doing is time no day, right? So if you're going to shoot a highlight video, okay, how do you shoot your highlight video? Do you look for a good location? Do you look well kitted up? You know, some people shoot highlight videos as if all the problem of Nigerian basketball is on their head. You know, you're trying to sell yourself, so you have to really package yourself. Otoni now, it's true now. You have to package yourself.
Facts.
And again, you know, so in your highlight video, how do you want to start? Do you just want to start shooting the ball? And again, this is a trick. Let me give you one trick now. Because we don't have a league, I advise players to play more reasonable and organized pickup games.
Yeah, pickup games.
You know, not pickup games that you are driving, somebody will not come out of the way so you can go for a layup. No. Pickup games.
Yeah, yes, competitive games. Competitive games.
Yeah, like, let them see that you know how to handle yourself. I told the player, I said, nobody is looking for LeBron James. They already have their LeBron James. They have the next LeBron James. They have the next Steph Curry.
True.
Just do the basic. I told them, if you want to catch the eye of a scout or a coach, do the basic. Warm up, conditioning, and cooling down. How do you warm up? What kind of warm-ups do you do? Conditioning, what kind of conditioning do you do? What kind of drills do you do? Then when you're cooling down, that's the end of your sessions. How do you end your sessions? You know, because look at it. If you say, oh, this week I want to shoot training videos and highlight videos, training videos for my trainings and pick up games for my highlight videos, right? If you do 3 trainings in a week and you play 2 pickup games, you have enough content, right? You just sit down, use your phone. Again, smartphones, less of smart people.
Yeah.
Edit those videos, put the best clips, a little mistakes here and there, so that they see the projection. Okay, he knows how to bounce. Okay, he made a mistake here. Oh, okay, he's getting it right. Oh, he knows how to shoot. Okay, this is his technique. What is his form? What applications does he use in terms of, okay, how does he drive? All those basic things.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's saying you should come and do
perfect.
Exactly. Nobody's saying you should come and do Euro step. No, basic things: right hand layup, left hand layup. You know, screen, pick roll, pick, bounce, jump shot, layup, free throw, 3-point. By the time you start putting all those films together, you go to get season 1, season 2. I have a player. The lady, she did season 1. She has season 1, season 2, season 3. She's in Japan now.
Content has to be plenty.
And I liked her for one thing. I had only one consulting session with her, and boom, she got it. Like I say, I prefer coaching ladies than coaching guys. No offense, guys, though, but ladies they are sharper.
But we too know past ourselves as guys.
Yeah. So like when I want to have a training session, I always ask them, if you know how to play, please, you can step off the court. If you know you want to learn new things, please step forward. That's how I start my own training session. Before I know they for
nobody to be argue. I beg, I don't get
no. Me. I see they learn. I see they go junior NBA classes online. I see they go for US basketball classes online. I see they go for Euro League basketball classes online. I see they learn as a coach, and I see they go class. I'm fortunate enough to have friends who, because all these things you pay. You understand? I've been fortunate enough to have friends who I don't even know from Adam paying for my tuition because I want to learn. And the reason why I can sit down with anyone from that space outside the country to liaise and relate is because they understand I have something upstairs. So I'm not there's the biggest problem we have in Nigeria now is everybody has an academy. Right? Everybody has an academy, but nobody get plan for the people who did the academy.
Another thing. That's another talk.
So, you know,
Plenty
So-
things going wrong.
So when people say, "Oh, Dan, why don't you have an academy?" Why should I have an academy? Do you know what it means to have an academy? So some people have an academy. Academies, they don't even know what it means to have an academy. When having an academy means it's a transition sequence. Okay,
Yes.
these players come in, they learn the basics. You are building character, you are building momentum, you're building IQ, you're building a whole player. So it's not. It goes beyond climb course, boss, okay, boss,
More than anything on the court.
No.
It's more than everything on the court.
Mental state. How does he think? How does he, hand-eye dexterity? How is it? How does he relate to it? What is his character? Is a player a coachable player? Again, falls back to local champion complex, which a lot of players have. So, well, God will help us. God will help us.
Honestly, I've been in the UK for a bit now, and I find it very. I won't say the system is great in the UK, but with organization, everything works out well.
Yeah.
It's still a learning process for a lot of them. I've been a part of a BBL team, the London Lions, where I practiced with for a few months before I moved to Kent, where I am now. And I can see the progression as players from the younger academies are trying to get themselves to the other game. And what you just said is the same, man. It starts from the basic things, the little things, looking at how they play, looking at their character, and it's more of the things off the court than even on the court that matters most. Because after a lot of people will get all the skill, but then they are not coachable. You are not even a sociable person. Nobody feels sit down with you talk for past 30 minutes and they're already like, this guy is a dead guy. This guy is not. So a lot of coaches, a lot of people really need to step up. Nigeria, we will be great, but it will take plenty work.
Well, prayer will not solve it. So until we start, prayer will not solve. No, I'm not saying people shouldn't pray.
Yeah.
But don't mix purpose, don't mix action with inaction.
Yeah.
The action should be working towards it. Okay. Now, the Oyibo we get system did not pray to have the system. They worked towards having a system. That system has created more billionaires and millionaires than you can count. Right. It has created jobs. It has created so much. Developing the country, developing the economy, fostering peace, feeding the I mean, look at what the NBA are doing. The NBA cares. People sat down to say, let us try this, let us do this. And when you have good initiatives and good projects like this, people key into it. Oh, yeah. That's why when you watch the NBA and you see the kind of ads that show on the, during the halftime reports, and all that, you like, these people, see, they have their own ecosystem, like they're in their own bubble, So when you see what's happening around the world, you now ask yourself, wait, are we in this world like this? Like, are we?
Nigeria, Africa is in its own bubble too.
Separate the bubble. That bubble it has drifted into space.
Anyway, man, I really appreciate you for joining us today. Once again, Mr. Daniel Chukwumah is going to be one of our regular hosts. I'm not calling him a guest.
Yeah, so
regular host. As time goes on. And we have a lot of things to work towards. Man, thank you so much for spitting knowledge today. I hope the people will go listen, may they listen. It's a gradual process, but for real.
The thing is, what we are doing. You started your podcast before I did, right?
Yeah.
And I literally came up to you and I'm like, yes, I have radio experience, I have media experience, but I had to come to you and say, brother, how, right? And a week later, you heard my first episode, and you're like, oh shit. What we are doing, a lot of people do not appreciate what we are doing because our people do not seek knowledge. We seek certain knowledge because this is what I need now, you know. But what you really, really need now is this, listening to this. I mean, it's a podcast, right? You can download and re-listen, right? What happens when you sit down to listen to these things and actually jot down, Como said this, Maxwell said this, Daniel said this. Let me infuse it into what I do. Again, our people don't want to seek knowledge, right?
Very true.
And it's painful. I listen to your podcast. I listen to First Take. I listen to Smoke.
All the smoke.
You know, all the smoke. And I don't just listen because of the sound quality, the presentation, the guests. No, I listen in terms of the talk, like people in sorrow, like what, like you listen to some things and you go like, you learn something. If our people dedicated, if our Nigerian players sit down and say, let us listen to, like, what could they listen to this podcast? I bet you the ones who would pick something from it, those words will change their life. Period.
Definitely.
Period. And the funny thing is, it is the foreigners who listen to what we do that people appreciate what we do the more.
Honestly.
It's funny. It's funny. Because those guys, they're like, this is what's happening in Africa. These guys are talking about basketball in Africa. Okay, we know basketball is... But, very soon. Like I told you something, I say very soon. People will be looking for you. Come and talk. You must talk. Yes, now, because you're spitting the truth. You're interviewing people who have been there, done that. They're saying their stories and all. You understand? And that's what we need. Like when I started my podcast, I said something. I said, no more shall I you. Shall I at the end? We will say that.
No time.
We will say that. See, I am not. My podcast is not to call people out, but we will call people out.
People that feel that the shoe fits them, they will wear.
It can't fit them, they will wear. So if we call you out and you vex, don't be for your pocket, Yes. Yes.
It should be, my brother.
Because we are in a very hypocritical society where our norms, our values are gone. Once someone has small change like this, But what is in your head? What is your integrity? What is your character? What are you a loyal person? Are you a trustworthy person? Do you have integrity? If you doubt what I'm saying, just look at what has happened with basketball in Nigeria.
I try my best to dread even the conversation. Like I do not even want to have it because it does not bring any value to anybody at this point. So it makes no sense to even talk about it.
Well, as for me, I'm waiting for the next saga that will soon happen. I will not say anything, but I want it to be live. Like make it be say people hear and first for your show. Say I talk and say the shenanigans never starts. Nah blues with the dance now. Make this qualifiers. Make the World Cup end. Before the World Cup end, we go to enter Awilo. We go enter the Makosa dance small. So when it happened, as you can see, I'm sipping my Ravina. I need to stay hydrated.
Enjoy, my brother. Everyone, go check out this podcast. It's called Sidelines. Available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. In fact, everywhere. Just like you said, Google it. iHeartRadio everywhere. Just Google it. You'll find it there. If you just Sidelines by Daniel Chukwumah, straight, you will get them. And he was also online every time.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't have much episodes, but if you listen to the episodes I've done, you have to listen to them again. Like, you need to listen to them again.
That's the good thing about the pod, man. Being able to re-listen.
Because you can, since I've said, and since you've said, now waiting to happen now.
Facts.
But, kings and princes are not recognized in their country, so inshallah.
All right, man.